get respect from my job, it ain't easy. In a good mental state, and God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even. This all week, no days off. This hard work gon' pay off. I made myself a promise young. I would never work a day job, put it in the safe. Never know when I'm gon' need that. Came here with my gang, you don't know where your homies at. Gave you a lot of game, you don't owe me back. You say you a boss, gotta show me that. Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Baltimore Ravens. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. He'll get that out wide to Waddle. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. This one finds Austin out right. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. From the 41, here's a 2nd and 5. And they'll send Waddle in motion left. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Darnold. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. It's taken to the 26. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, today, of course, not just the start of the new campaign. It's the debut of D'Amico Ryans as the Houston head coach. Now, we saw him plenty with the 49ers, what he was able to do with that defense. Charles, what do you think he brings to the table for these Texans?
He brings football intelligence. He brings enthusiasm. He brings creativity. This guy wanted to be the head coach of the Houston Texans. Twice a Pro Bowler with them in the NFL. He's come home. Now he wants to finish what he started as a player as a head coach.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on third down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Now Austin. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
To throw on second down is Darnold. He'll get this one complete to Zane Jones. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll run on first down with Evans. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Darnold now to throw. On the screen, this is Evans. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Darrington Evans, 51 yards. And the Ravens are on the board first here this afternoon. But not only, Charles, did he beat double coverage to make the catch, and then as soon as he did, locked his gaze upfield and made sure to reach the end zone.
Go grab your dictionary, partner, look up determination, and his picture is going to pop right up. How about him getting through multiple defenders, finding his way through coverage, and making sure he got to the end zone? That's a big-time play right there.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now. 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Texans nothing.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Watson changing to play. Complete. This is Lewis. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Excellent job on the tackle for loss by Harold Landry, shooting into the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now it's Watson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now Darnold going to take it and just back this one forward to his wideout. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they run the option on 2nd down. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the counter, here's Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Jalen Waddle from 19 yards away. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
No problem there on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Well, throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Call that a very strong gain of 24. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. On 1st and 10, Watson. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is just depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Here's Watson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball.
He's got a man complete inside the 20 and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jalen Waddle already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right.
And that's caught inside the 35. He may go. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 67 yards.
And the Texans are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, a full half to be played. Zerline good with a PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
And Darnold's going to change the play. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
At their own 39-yard line.
And now on is the field goal unit. And boy, this is speculative at best, crazy at worst. And why the field goal team is still out there is beyond me. Time to reconsider after the delay.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. To throw is Watson.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The Ravens take over first down at their own 42-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Completes it to Austin.
And he is going to have a Ravens 1st down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend.
It's a new
As
season.
we'll head
So
down
both
to
of these
Orlando.
coaching
That's
staffs
where we find our
likely
man
make plenty of
Jonathan
adjustments
Coachman at
after
our
that
EA
first half
Sports
football.
halftime report.
So for the call of the
Coach.
2nd half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground.
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go.
Into space at the 45. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Houston. Tyler Boyd, 75 yards.
And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
and you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They begin the drive with Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
38-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He'll let it fly for Austin. This is caught inside the 15. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Calvin Austin, 58 yards. And the Ravens add 6 to their lead.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And he returns this to the 22.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 40-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Williams going to get it again on second down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 55 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
To throw is Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And the receivers I know, they have a great deal of confidence. Usually they stand in front of the mirror before games and say, not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, but 3 touchdowns. Trying to turn this one into a big-time performance.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Across the 4-man. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he is going to lose yardage here. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
And this one is right through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance to be.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 5.
36-yard line.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 1.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
68 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Again, it's Williams. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Back to throw, Darnold. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. 25 yards that time.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run. And that's a nice job there, getting the safeties involved in run support.
Second and goal from inside the 5. In motion, the tight end.
Williams again.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Jamal Williams taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Ravens 38, Texans 14.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but...
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
It's Jair Brown who's got it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
84 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
They run it again with Williams. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. 3rd and long, it's Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
On first down, Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on third, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. They try the left side here with Williams. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many